issue that you've gone after is the DEI policies, specifically a really sharply worded note to Bob Iger on Disney. What is the status of those investigations, and how are you even going about doing them?
We've told everybody that's trying to do deals before the FCC that they need to end their own promotion of invidious forms of DEI. Disney and ABC in particular are ones that I'm very concerned about. The preliminary data indicates that they look like they were doing intentional discrimination, potentially along race and gender. And if that's true, that's a really big deal.
And what sort of consequences would you be looking at that?
Well, again, it's the full suite of consequences that the FCC could potentially have.
It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing what just a little bit of accountability can do. Over the last 4 or 5 years, woke corporations have been infected with the disease of diversity. Corporations like Disney, which owns the worldwide leader in woke, ESPN, they have dedicated themselves to fighting mythical racism. And their primary weapon in the fight against fake racism, it's been real racism. Someone, please, make it make sense. How in the hell are you fighting fake racism with real racism? If you watch First Take, it's hard to know if you're watching ESPN or BET. And it's not just First Take. The majority of NBA shows at ESPN, they lack diversity. Most of their NFL programming lacks diversity. Hell, the face of NFL coverage at ESPN is Mina Kimes, someone who literally brags about being given her job that she's not qualified for based on the supposed diversity that she represents. Real NFL analysts like Steve Young, they get laid off. They get essentially fired. While pretend NFL analysts like Mina Kimes, they are given significant raises. Since the Trumper re-entered the White House back in January, one of his primary goals, besides reversing the indoctrination of young men who believe they're young women, one of his primary goals has been to eradicate the woke fungus. The Trumper is on a mission to diffuse the disease of diversity. Oftentimes, the federal government, they like to make examples out of people or large corporations. If they are dealing with a widespread problem, instead of going after thousands of individual companies, the feds will focus most of their resources on one gigantic company and make an example out of them. Unfortunately for Disney and ESPN, when it comes to diffusing the disease of diversity, the Trumper has chosen to make an example out of them. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Back in February, Disney decided to eliminate some of their diversity programs. One of the programs was called Reimagine Tomorrow. According to the Disney website, Reimagine Tomorrow is dedicated to amplifying unrepresented voices and championing the importance of accurate representation in media and entertainment. What? What the hell does that even mean? Whatever it means, it doesn't matter. Beneficiaries of the program, they will have to earn jobs based on their merit while reimagining tomorrow, because the program no longer exists. Now, obviously, Disney did not shut down the program because they are dedicated to eradicating the woke fungus. They shut down the program as a show of good faith. They shut down the program because they were afraid of the incoming accountability. 1 month after Disney pretended to eradicate the woke fungus, the FCC launched an investigation. Now, the investigation is ongoing, but the FCC could potentially impose severe punishments on Disney, which could filter down to their beacon of diversity, ESPN. And you know what? They should. What has happened over the last few years at Disney and ESPN, it has been unacceptable. Imagine how many people who have lost their jobs because they didn't check enough woke boxes. Imagine how many people who have been given jobs that they're unqualified for. You don't have to take my word for it. Just go watch ESPN. Go watch ESPN's coverage of the NBA. The network was universally criticized on Christmas Day because their coverage of the NBA was an absolute embarrassment. As a television personality, Mina Kimes is extremely talented. She is smart, she is well-spoken. I'm sure Mina Kimes would be a great journalist. Maybe she could be the Brian Windhorst of ESPN's NFL coverage. But instead of giving her a job that she is qualified to do, ESPN decides to pretend that Mina Kimes is an NFL analyst. Guess who she's taking that job from? Just take a wild guess. She's taking that job from former NFL players. Last I checked, the vast majority of former NFL players are black, which means in their quest to combat mythical racism, in their quest to give opportunities to black men, ESPN has taken away that opportunity and given it to a woman. It'll be interesting to see what kind of punishment the FCC comes up with, but there is not a doubt in my mind, Disney deserves it. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later on the main channel.